These days, the BC Bereavement Helpline supports thousands of people in their grief every year through phone and email support, homicide and suicide grief support groups, support group facilitator training, and grief education. But it wasn't always this way. In British Columbia in the early 80s, bereaved people affected by the death of a close relationship didn't know where to turn. Eventually, Ellen Kearney-Crean from the funeral services industry gathered other caring community members, including doctors, nurses, counselors, and social workers, around a shared vision to help bereaved people find support. The group decided to open up a phone line to provide compassionate listening and grief resources. At first, volunteers answered phones from their own homes. But in 1988, BCBH was established as a charity, moving from home-based operations to office spaces over the following years. In 2011, BCBH created BC Victims of Homicide, a program specific to those who had experienced the death of someone to homicide, and a training program for supporters of sudden death and traumatic loss. And by 2017, BCBH began partnering with the Crisis Centre of BC to offer suicide grief support groups. Now, our Provincial Helpline has assisted over 50,000 calls and emails since its inception in 1988 and continues to be the only free grief-specific phone and email helpline in Canada. The story continues through the work of our caring and compassionate volunteers. Whether you need a resource referral or someone to listen, BC Bereavement Helpline is there. Find out more at bcbh.ca.